All right, welcome back to Natty Wonders. As we all know, grocery prices are extremely high right now, and if you're on the bulk, as you should be, then it's going to be pretty expensive to be getting your groceries. So, I came up with an idea, Bryant. Do you want to hear this?
I'm always open to hear some new ideas about how to get big, Jeremy. You know that.
Oh, I'm so glad you're eager for this. Well, I have two words for you. Food heist,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
We all love a good
Of course.
heist.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, everyone loves a good heist. Inception, great movie. Ocean 11. You got all those movies, right? But you want to do a heist with you and the gym bro, right? And this is the great way to do it. Food heist. I have a couple of examples. I actually posted this video on our Instagram at Natty Wonders, Natty_Wonders, and it was about how to get free food at the end of a season, like corporation season event or whatever, and how you just like wear whatever they're wearing there, and then you just steal all the food. Just grab all the food and get out of there.
I was
You know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
was wondering where the heck that came from from the Instagram. Did you actually do that? Was that a showing of your
So
heist?
I did actually do
Oh
that.
my goodness.
And it was pretty intense too because I walked into like this. It wasn't a corporation or anything, but like it just gave me the idea like, hey, if it worked here, it could do it for any corporation. But it was one of the societies here at college. And they were doing like an end of the things like summer, and they had sandwiches. And so, I had the polo. I work at that building. I had the polo, so I walked in there and I just grabbed a bunch of sandwiches that they were kind of done with, and so I took them back. Now, granted, it was totally legal because my boss just gave them to me, and he was like technically running the whole event, and then he just gave them to me. It was a very intense heist. That's all you have to know.
Of course.
Um, and another reason I like mentioning food heists is because have you ever heard of the author Brandon
Of
Sanderson?
course, yeah.
Great fantasy and sci-fi author. Great, like probably one of the best, most prolific of the modern time. But he has a podcast where each episode they mention something about a food heist where they want to see an actual food heist happen. And I don't think they've ever talked about this on their podcast Intentionally Blank. But have you ever heard of the Cheese Cave?
No, you lost me there, Jeremy.
You want to hear about the Cheese
I
Cave?
mean, yeah, of course.
Okay, so under underneath Springfield, Missouri, there is a company. So you know how like caves, they stay like the same temperature like all year round,
Yeah,
right? Like very cool, nice, crisp.
right.
Well, this one company, they like the government like makes a bunch of cheese and like a bunch of businesses, they make too much cheese and they need a place to store all this cheese. So why not put it in a cave underneath Springfield, Missouri?
So that's what actually happens to all this
So,
cheese is it gets placed in a cave?
yeah. You want to know how big this cave
How
is?
big?
It spans more than 2 million square
My
feet.
goodness.
That is billions of pounds of cheese, billions of grams of protein and calories just waiting to be consumed.
Jeremy,
It's
Jeremy.
it's also not open to the public.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think I know where we're going for our next holiday.
I know, right? I I'm thinking we need to come up with a heist right here, right now, on how to break into the cheese
Of
cave.
course. Let's plan it right now.
All right. So what are you thinking? We need the bare we need the essentials, right? Um like if we're going off of Inception, we need the freaking oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name? Oh, this is bothering me. What's the main character? Who's the main actor in that?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Dude, total mind blank there. We need a Leonardo DiCaprio to lead us in there, and then we need one of us to be the girl that's the architect.
That's you, bro. Sorry.
Nah, dude, I think it should be you because you're always playing the girls in the D&D
You do
campaigns.
that like once or twice, and then you become the girl every time.
You gotta play the girl character, man. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules.
Fine, okay. No, okay, here's what I'm thinking, all right. All we need is a couple sticks of dynamite. We need
Okay.
some submachine guns, preferably some grenades as well, maybe. And like 300 rounds of ammunition and then like a pack of Ritz crackers. I think that would be
Oh my
enough to like
gosh.
get in there.
Oh my gosh. Um, so we're going right now. We're going full on like loud, like Payday
Yeah, we're
3.
going we're
We're going
going
loud.
ballistic. This is no Ocean's 11. This
Wow.
is like typical D&D style heist, but in real life.
I okay, so I've run a couple of heists, and I actually just did the season finale um of our campaign that we did this semester, and it was a prison break heist. And there's always something that has to go wrong in a heist, right?
Right.
Like if it's going too smoothly for everyone, it's like not that fun. Okay, so taking a look at this article pretty much gives us all the information we need for this cheese heist. First off, the Missouri cheese caves like have 1.4 billion pounds of cheese in it.
Oh my goodness.
You know how much money?
So
That's
much
so much
money.
money. And yeah, so pretty much like it's just a cave. One of the pictures here just has like just shelves and wheels of cheese, just delicious cheese. This is a lactose intolerant person's like worst nightmare. Are you lactose intolerant?
Maybe.
No, come on, dude. Just tolerate it, dude.
My bad. Yeah, I'm just a very intolerant person.
So intolerant. But yeah, so it looks like we have like some pretty heavy steel doors. Honestly, here's the idea. One of the pictures has like where they have trucks, where they load up trucks and like oh my gosh, they take the cheese off the
Hmm.
trucks. I can't think of the word. They take the cheese off the trucks and in the loading dock. Here's what I'm thinking. We get our trucker's license. We take a semi full of um of cheese, right? That we just buy ourselves. We're just gonna buy cheese from the local Walmart.
Hmm.
We're gonna just drive it over there. We're gonna have some buddies in the back. They're gonna be wearing skull masks. Um, the faces of famous presidents, maybe even some members of the hit band Kiss, and we're gonna have the dynamite and stuff, but they're gonna be mainly the distraction. They are gonna have us held hostage, right? Listen,
Okay.
listen
All
to me.
right.
They're gonna have us. They're having us held hostage. We're just two poor truckers that are like super jacked and buff. Please, please just give them what they want. And they're like, okay, okay, what do you guys want? What do you guys want? And then our goons, they're gonna be like, we want 1.4 billion pounds of cheese in this truck. And they're like, you can't do that. That's impossible. Then I pull out my bag of holding, and then they put the cheese in there.
They just have to. Just
They,
to assert dominance,
they-
we put one of them into the bag of holding.
All that cheese. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's gonna be our heist story. Catch us on the local news. Springfield, Missouri. You guys are gonna go cheeseless.
Oh man, we don't even make like national news. We just make local news.
Greatest heist ever. We, listen, if we get too recognized, they're gonna start looking for the
Mm-hmm.
cheese, and I can't have
That's
that.
true, yeah.
Wait, hang on. Would the bag of holding is the bag of holding cool enough that the cheese won't go bad?
Well, it will only go bad if the bacteria in the cheese can grow more. So, if no living thing can survive in the bag of holding, then the bacteria would also die.
Because there's not like any air
Yeah.
in there, but I don't know how warm it is in there. Like it's an interdimensional like magical artifact.
Hmm. Interdimensional seems like outer space to me, but like other things don't get frozen. I think it'll be okay.
Mm, okay. There might be a couple of flaws with the plan, but like we'll work out the kinks later, you
We'll
know?
iron out those details on the fly.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's a great heist to do with you and your friends. Although we're gonna do it first, so don't take it.
Give us like a few months to
Um,
get that planned.
exactly. We're gonna start getting questioned by the FBI about this. But it's for the
For the
gains,
gains.
okay?
It's for the gains.
It's insane how much protein cheese has, especially if you have like the right
Mm-hmm.
cheese and if you're not lactose intolerant.
Right.
Grumble, grumble.
My bad, bro.
And then another like really low level heist that you can do with you and your friends is have you heard of that thing where you could literally just wear a orange like vest and then hold a ladder and you can get into any place you want?
Yes, yeah, I have seen that.
Well, you can also do the same with if you're holding a camera, you can get into any event you want and then take the food
Hmm.
there. It's like super easy. You just have like your getaway vehicle. Um, you can have your mom drive the car and who knows, you can even like charge people for the pictures you take. Get a little side hustle there, but honestly, that's a little risky. You don't want to sabotage
Mm-hmm.
yourself,
Definitely.
especially if you run into the actual photographer of that
Ooh,
event.
yikes.
But I have heard of this happening at weddings here in Rexburg where someone just walked in with a camera and took all of the sandwiches.
It sounds like it's coming from
So,
personal experience, Jeremy.
I actually wasn't there when that happened. Just one of my roommates
Hmm.
told me about
That's
it.
what they all say. Good alibi.
Yeah, yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Don't ask about April 24th.
I actually used to do this, but for football games, not for the food, but just to like show up and get to be on the field. So like my friend, she was
Oh.
in the yearbook, and so the yearbook team, they would always go to all the football games and all the other games and take pictures and with their
Mhm.
big nice cameras. And so I would just pull up with her with my little dinky camera, and we would use her pass for the yearbook, and we would both get
Ooh.
in on that pass. And I would just like stand there on the field, like on the grass, like right on the sideline, just taking pictures. It was so hype.
E- Exactly. Just getting free
Hmm.
pictures.
And I don't have to pay $5 to get into some stupid high school game.
That is honestly facts. That is facts. Honestly, sometimes I wish I wasn't a complete loser in high school. Because I actually found out that I really enjoyed going to those games.
Oh,
But oh well, it
it
happens.
happens. It's okay, Jeremy.
It's all good. But yeah, this is just a heist-filled episode that we're doing. Have you heard of the latest adventure that came out for D&D called Keys of the Golden
I
Vault?
have actually.
What like have you looked into it at all? for me, it looks pretty cool. Like, any opinions you have?
Yeah, I've looked into. I don't know a ton of the specifics because I don't have the PDF, or I guess like the book itself, but it does look very interesting. I can see it being really fun to do kind of like by itself or in a bigger like Thieves Guild heist based campaign. But I feel like it might be a little difficult just to like throw in because it seems like each
Hmm.
individual heist is kind of like a one shot, right? Am I correct in that?
Yeah.
So each is like a
Yep.
one shot. So I think some people might be tempted to just, throw in the one shot into their campaign that already exists and just make minor changes. But I think that
Yeah.
might be a little bit difficult because it seems like they're more specialized for heist and, like illusionary magic based people and rogues and rangers and people that are a little bit more stealthy. And so I think it might be difficult to do that, and it kind of gives the it makes it seem like you could just throw it in there, but you might want to not do that unless you're doing some kind of bigger thief based uh, campaign where you have characters that are actually made for like thievery and stealth, and instead of like some barbarians or fireball wizards or something like that.
Exactly. No, yeah, I totally agree. And not to mention just like how um I was over here thinking you kind of brought this up where it's like more supposed to be for like rogues and like illusionary wizards, but like what if you're wearing heavy armor or like you're playing a paladin and it's like your stealth is just out the window. I haven't read uh I haven't read into it, but I'm pretty sure the module would give some tips on that. Whether maybe they just like they disguise themselves as one of the guards or something, or like they just have to take off their armor and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot to be stealthy. Or maybe the adventures themselves just don't really need you to be stealthy. Maybe it's more like Payday, where it's like you have a stealth option or you have a really like go in guns blazing option,
Maybe, yeah.
which either one might be cool.
Yeah, that's true. I think it depends really on your party and your dungeon master. But do you want to explain kind of what
Yeah.
it is? I don't think I explained it super well on the outset.
No, yeah. Yeah, so pretty much Keys of the Golden Vault is 13 adventures, and I believe it goes from like level 1 through level 13 for each adventure, like a heist for each level, 1 through 13. And it brings new mechanics such as like window and door mechanics and how those work with stealth, I believe.
Hmm.
And it gives you like new alarms and counting and like counters or something. And it just has 13 really cool adventures that take place like all across the realm. And just like different one-shot adventures. I'm not sure if it's similar to Ghosts of Saltmarsh, where it kind of has an overarching story where it kind of makes it so that each adventure connects to the other. I don't think it does. Um, but I think for the most part, you hit it. You said it yourself. I think they're more one shots that you can just kind of implement into an adventure, or you can just like um, yeah, throw into your already running campaign.
Yeah, I think it seems super cool. It's super hype. I would be super keen to try this, and just have kind of a party that's specifically meant for these kind of smash and grab operations, like as opposed to a
Oh yeah.
normal traditional D&D party. So I would be super excited to do some of these when it well, it's already dropped, right? It's already out.
Yeah, it has.
I'd be super excited to try that once we can get like our hands on a book or a PDF or something. Like that'd be super cool.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and if any of our listeners have played it, please let us know what you think about it. We're excited to hear your feedback and um to decide like is it worth the cost? Is it good? What'd you think of it? Like how are the adventures? New rules? Yeah, just let us know what you think of Keys of the Golden Vault. All right. Moving on from that, we're going to go on to a little bit of,
Jim talks slander.
but it's not actually Gym Talk slander this time. It's kind of it's two viral media outlets on fitness, and I just thought it was really funny, and I kind of wanted to get your opinions on it,
Yeah, yeah.
Bryant. Um, so first off, let me see if I can send you one of these links. Actually, I won't send you the first one because I don't want to. But the first story that we have from the media that made me chuckle was how it mentioned the headline was 16.5 million Americans at risk for intense exercise.
Hmm. Okay.
Have you seen that headline
No,
go
I
around?
have not seen that headline actually.
Yeah, so apparently, so like what are your initial thoughts from just hearing about that?
Um, I mean, it seemed
Like it
it's
I think it mentioned that it causes strokes and heart failure.
right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the media does kind of a great job of vilifying things that are good for you, and especially like with health related things. The media is kind of like we say the media in general, but like just popular culture in general, I think is really good at promoting things that are famously not good for you, like all these dumb diets that have come and gone throughout the ages because they don't work and because they're actually like terrible
Yeah.
for your health. Things like what the sometimes what the FDA recommends is like, oh yeah, you should totally eat like 5 servings of grains a day. And then everyone's like, wait, like you mean bread? Like I thought bread was bad for you. And then the FDA is like, oh, right. Yeah, bread is bad for you. Or they say, don't eat any cholesterol at all. And then people are like, well, isn't cholesterol like kind of important, like for your memory related tissues in your brain? And the FDA is like, yes, cholesterol. And kind of like
Yeah,
media is like,
yeah, like our body literally makes cholesterol
yeah,
to because need to survive.
yeah,
Now, if you have excess of it,
of
then yeah,
course. Yeah.
it's
I mean, yeah,
bad.
it's moderation and everything, right? But yeah, back to the point, I guess. The media is
Yeah.
famous at like these headlines that just get clicks because people are like, what do you mean that it's bad for you to exercise? Like, I'm going to read this to figure out what they're saying, and it's just like total BS.
Yeah, and honestly, like as I was like reading it, like immediately the like people were memeing on this headline where it's like 16.5 million Americans at risk of stroke from aggressive exercise. That's the actual I found the
Hmm.
article. And pretty much as I was reading it, I read it for you. Um as I was reading it, it was pretty much talking about like if someone is already like has um plaque buildup in their arteries already, and if they're like pumping like aggressively like weights and like cardio or whatever, then that could increase risk of stroke because they already have plaque buildup in their veins. So that's what they're talking about. It's not just like you and me, healthy younglings that don't smoke, don't drink, don't I mean, we relatively eat pretty well. I don't, on the other hand. You you eat pretty clean, don't you?
I was, and then I started eating at work because where I work, we get free food, and it's always fried garbage.
Ooh.
But during the school year, yeah, I make my own lunches and dinners. I will just eat at work, and so I get like half good or 2 meals that are good and one meal that's not so good. But it definitely balances out.
Can that be another food heist where like you just apply to a place that feeds you? Is that a food
I'd say that's a
heist?
heist. Yeah, definitely.
This job application, we need to get through this. We need the point man on this. Yeah, but as I was reading it, like I don't know why the article just had that stupid headline because immediately made like everyone, like bodybuilders, powerlifters, it made everyone be like, "What? What do you mean? I've been feeling fine." And the study even said like, "Hey, if you like feel fine, then like don't stop exercising. Like it's good for you." And even if like you're trying to lose weight, or build muscle, and you're not having problems, keep
Hmm.
exercising. But if there's like plaque buildup, just talk to your doctor before you consider like exercising. Or if you maybe have some problems while you are exercising, check with your doctor, get a scan, and medication can get rid of small clumps in your arteries. And surgery might be able to take out like the big plaque stuff. So, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you think it redeemed itself?
I think that it's egregious enough having the headline. Just don't have the headline. But it's like
Yeah.
the I don't know. I think the study is obviously is fair. It's like, okay, it's a medical concern, but I don't know. I think it's very
The headline
the
is
headline is
stupid.
egregious. Like it needs to not happen.
And then another one that I kind of want to talk about. I would say slander, but like, eh, by the way, when we talk about gym talk slander, usually we talk about like the good videos, and maybe we'll correct like a couple things on like other videos and give our opinions. But for the most part, we usually say positive things about all of these, unless it's stuff like this. Here's another article. I want you to hear this one
Hmm.
out. Okay, so the MSNBC, they tweeted this thing like Monday or something. They said the far right's obsession with fitness is going digital,
But
right? And then they posted like a little bit of a news article saying how like, oh, if you're like really into fitness or like pandemic fitness trends have gone extreme, literally. And they're talking like if you really love fitness, then you are a far right extremist.
that headline was
And I
just like a whole thing in and of itself.
it's pretty self-explanatory. Like literally,
It's like excuse me, what?
and like this one's not a bait and switch like the other one. This one is like actually like comparing people that work out and like practice like martial arts or whatever to like Hitler and people that read Mein Kampf.
uh
It's like what?
Back again to like the media just kind of doing something for a story. Like I don't think that exercising is, necessarily a political issue, but
No, not at all.
MSNBC, whatever, I guess.
Like I'll encourage anyone to work out. I don't care what your political belief
Yeah,
is. Like this doesn't
I
affect
feel
policies of the
yeah, I feel
U.S.
like of all the things where, you can like take a stand and like have, disagreement in politics, like the gym, like that's not one of them. Like that, where is the disagreement? Like, yeah, the gym's good for you. Well, except for that other article that says it's not. But like most people are, oh yeah, gym's good for you. And like no one's gonna like kick you out of their gym for believing something else than they do. It's like, yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I did see this one though, the Babylon Bee, which is like a satirical news station. They posted, it was about, I don't remember the exact quote, but it was like a picture of Planet Fitness, and it said
Oh yeah, I saw
like
that.
the FBI stakes out new far right headquarters, and it's just like a picture of Planet Fitness. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like
Planet
you
Fitness.
gotta be kidding me. Like obviously Babylon Bee is being funny, they're satirical, but it was just funny that like that was even a thing. It's like what
I like
exercising?
I like how they chose I like how they chose Planet Fitness of all places because like I don't know, in my head, anytime I think Planet Fitness, I just think Planet Fitness is pretty left leaning or just
Oh
like
yeah,
it's pretty
hundred
liberal.
percent. Yeah, they have their Pride Month stuff and things like that. Whereas
They have like the lunk alarm just being
yeah,
annoying. Are we taking this joke too far?
maybe I don't know. I don't know.
So I
It's
guess
just it's ridiculous, and I don't know. It's like I maybe it's supposed to be ridiculous, and we're just not getting it. But I think they're serious.
no, yeah, they're 100% serious. The intersection of extremism and fitness leans into a shared obsession with the male body, training, masculinity, testosterone, strength, and competition. Physical fitness training, especially in combat sports, appeals to the far right for many reasons. Fighters are trained to accept significant physical pain to be warriors and to embrace messaging around solidarity, heroism, and brotherhood.
I mean, like,
And, oh, wait, wait,
oh,
wait, wait,
sorry.
wait. Damn, this line's crazy. It's championed as a tool to help fight the coming race war. What the actual
What?
the coming race war? The Listen, the man in the cave doesn't care who you look like. He's gonna kill you anyway.
Dude, wow, I'm floored by that because like you had me. It was like it's like brotherhood and solidarity and masculinity. It's like I mean, yeah, like those are good things, right? And then it's like now to fight the race war, and I was like, whoa, 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 hold up. That's not why I'm exercising. I feel like that's not why most people are exercising.
Dude, I'm exercising to fight the man in the
I
cave. Like,
know.
like who else am I fighting? I'm gonna need people on my side if I'm gonna like take on the man in the cave.
Dude, I don't care what race the man in the cave is. Like, I've got to defend myself against him, regardless.
He wants to kill me just because I exist. Well, anyway, that's that's MSNBC for you. What the actual crap? We'll post. I don't know if I should put the links of this in the description, but it's a pretty funny read if you just kind of want to like trash on it. Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, they all trashed on it already. It was pretty funny. There was this one guy that is losing weight. He took a gym selfie and he's like, "Man, I just don't want to be fat anymore." So he like posted that. It's like, why the crap is the media making this all political, dude? I'm just trying to have fun at the
Yeah,
gym.
have a good time, stay healthy for myself. Like,
It's like the only happiness I feel at this point.
Jeremy, bro, we can talk about this. You okay?
I don't want to talk. I want to fight the man in the cave.
You know what? Fair. Honestly, fair.
All right. Well, if so, keep working out, I guess. The race war is coming
Apparently,
now.
MSNBC has predicted it. The,
I personally think just all of humanity should just be training to fight the onslaught that the Dark Lord is going to bring about when he summons a bunch of orcs, goblins, bugbears, and whatnot to fight us all, or undead,
who knows?
you know. But yeah, when the Lich comes around, all I'm saying, MSNBC getting bodied over here.
MSNBC's going out first.
They're going out first. Anyway, well, that's our gym talk slander there. Do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, that's it, Jeremy.
I hope you have a great rest of your day. Sorry there weren't any videos that we wanted to share today. I just really wanted to share this stuff that's been going around in the news about. One of them was a pretty good take on fitness, I will say. Like a actual health concern and study. I will say. The other one just being funny. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of this episode. Please tune in next week for more Natty Wonders. And we hope that you have a great rest of your day. We love you all. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, adventurer. Looks like you made it to the end of this episode. Again, we're so grateful that you listened to this project of ours. And hey, if you enjoyed, why not share your favorite episode? It helps us out, and when you hit share, you will always roll a natural 20 on your first roll. And to spice up the deal, we'll even give you a nice, juicy PR that you've always been dreaming of. Want to play a bigger part in the adventure? Follow us on Instagram at Natty Wonders. Send us your best gym talk slanders, and we'll review them on the show. Have a great day.